Hello everyone. So we are back with the session on Microsoft Excel and the Microsoft Office, where we started with the Excel in the last session. Now today, one by one, we are going to explore all the features of MS Excel. Let's start with the first one. So first, before we can start, we just have to open our Excel. Let me just open a new document. So in today Axel, we will be discussing about the first feature, that is home menu. File menu we have already done in the last session. So today we are going to start with the home menu. So this is how the our Excel looks like, right? This is the Excel. We have grids where we have the columns, we have the rows, and whatever and whichever column row we are, we can see the location from here. We are in B5, that is column B, row 5. So if you can see on the left hand side, you can see that. Now if you just click down this arrow, see there is nothing mentioned because here only that row will come. Let's say if I go with S26, and you see S26, if I specifically know that in which row I have to go, then I can simply do one thing. I can simply write that designation over here. Let's say here I want to go to 29th row, and the that 29th row should be in the P column. So I can simply write P29, click on enter, and my cursor, my box will be selected. This is how you can use this. Now here, let's write some data. Let me write some random data. We have written some random data. Now, see if I select this, I want to rearrange this thing. Okay, I want to arrange it. Okay, before rearranging, let's see the first thing. Now, if I want to copy this entire thing and I want to paste the same thing in E column, there is one way is I can select this. I can just drag it till F and that thing will come. But now let's say I want to copy this entire row. So for entire row, if I'm doing this way, it's going to take a lot of time. So instead of doing this way, you can simply select the entire row. You can click on copy. Want to paste it here, go here, click on paste. The entire row will come here. The entire column is copied. So this is the one of the way by which you can copy, and for this the short form also you can use that. Control C for copying, Control P for paste. Now see till the time you can see this bordered line, this means the text is still selected. If you want to put it somewhere else also, you can simply go and put it over there. Okay, so here this is the copy paste option, and now still it is selected. Now if you think that you do not need to copy it anywhere else, just simply press on escape, get out of that selection mode. Now the second thing, this font option. The font option works in the similar way how it was working in the Word and it was working in the PowerPoint. If you want to give any kind of font style, font size, if you want to increase their size, if you want to give them a specific color, if you want to fill in the color. Now in that the color used to be filled in the entire box. But here if I want to fill in the color, whatever tab I have selected, in that tab specifically the color will be filled. Let's say I want to fill the color in this entire row. So I'll have to select the entire row and then I have to select the color. Let's say yellow. So this is the yellow fill. Now here you can see that color is there, and now we cannot see the boundary. We cannot see the border. So to get this border, you have this option of borders. In borders, you will see various different options, like you want bottom border, top, left, right, no border, all borders. So let's go with the all borders. If I go with the all borders, can you see every all the lines are coming? Now this is coming only for this specific column. If I want this for the entire sheet, like till where I have written the data, let's say I wanted till I until 22nd number 22nd row. So I'll select this area. For selection, what you have to do, you can either drag till the area where you want to select, or else if you do not want to use your mouse, just go to the first tab, use shift and the right arrow for selecting the columns and the down arrow for selecting the rows. So this is how I've selected. Now I can go to this and I'll go with all borders. In all borders, all border will come. If I do not want all borders, I just want a thick border outside. So I can go with thick border outside also. So here we have selected all borders. Once the all borders selected, and this is how our table will look like. In the printout also, when we'll go for the printout, we will see all these grids there also. If you want to highlight any text, we have this bold, italic, underline option. You can select that option from here. To increase the size, we have this option here, as well as from here you can select. Now if you have to understand one thing. If you are in a specific tab, so whatever font size, font editing you are doing, that will be applied only to that specific cell only. That right now we are in A1 cell, so for that specific cell only the font will be applicable. Now if I want this for the entire table, again I'll have to select the entire table, then I have to use these options. See, everything is done. Here I want to select it. Let's go with the Arial. If I want to increase the size, just keep the size as 11 only, or else I can even write the size. Okay, that's 13. And for color, if I want to fill the entire thing, I can go with this. No fill if I do not want any fill. So see, if you select the white option, that also it will work, or else you can simply go with the no fill option. Now, if I want to change the color of the text, let's say I want to make it red, you can highlight it with red, but let me just put it black right now, because we'll be using some features where the colors will be changing. So this is how we have used the font option. The next option, that is the alignment. Now alignment. See, there are three alignment: top alignment, middle alignment, and the bottom alignment. If we go with the top alignment, the text will be moved towards the top. Let's just increase the size first. Can you see the difference? Earlier, the difference was not visible because we were not having this space. If you see this tab, this cell, see, there is no space to move the tab top, middle, bottom, right? So here, if I have just increased the column and the row width so that we can see. Now, if I want, there are basically 9 options which we can practice. The first option is, let's go with this. If we have selected this, here, where do I want the text to be? I want it on the top, I want it in the middle, I want it at the bottom. Same way, if I go with the center, I have these 3 options again available. Where do I want to place my text? And for the left alignment also, I have these 3 options. So let's say if you want your text to be right in the center of the cell, you'll have to select center from both the alignments. From the top also you have to select the center, and from left, right, center also you have to select the center alignment. So this way you can make the text to come in the center. You can format the size of the cell by just dragging the rows and the columns. See, this is how I'm just increasing the size. There is one more option which we are going to see. Can you see this option, wrap text? What do you mean by the word wrap text? in alignment, when we see the word wrap test, what is the use of that thing? Why that thing is given over here?
No idea.
No idea.
Use Excel? You've used Excel, Abhishek?
Ma'am, couldn't hear. Please tell once.
Yeah, I was saying, have you used Excel earlier?
Yes, ma'am. I've used Excel earlier, but wrap text I've never. Means I don't remember actually. What is that?
Okay, so which features you have used?
Ma'am, all calculation type of features and graphs and colors. These all things.
Okay, fine. The basic features you have used. You have already explored the basic features. Okay. So, Abhishek, if you remember, let's say, let me just write a line over here. Now, I have just written this line. Can you see what is happening? This line is covering 3 rows, right? Now, if I write over here, now, hello everyone, this is again covering 2 columns. Now here, when it is covering the 3 columns, as soon as I've written to the next column, the text is hidden. I cannot read it. If I'm anywhere in the cell, I cannot read whatever is written over there, right? Until and unless I do not click there. If I click there, I can read the entire text in this formula bar. Other than that, I cannot read the entire text. So what wrap text do is, if I click here and if I go for wrap text, see, it has automatically increased the size of the row so that the entire content can be fixed over here. That is the use of wrap text. That means adjusting the entire content as per the tab. Yeah, it is just increasing the size of the cell so that entire content can be fixed in that size, and it is not going to the next column, or it is not being invisible whenever we are working on some other column. So that is the use of wrap text. Now, wrap text feature, whenever we want to write many things, like whenever we want to write a long sentence, long paragraph, one option is we can either adjust it from here. See, if I do not go for wrap text, I have the second option. I can just adjust the size of this entire column. But see here, what is happening? The entire column is getting increased. Now, let's say here I just have to write hi. For this text, can you see such a big space is showing over here? But I do not want that thing. So to make the things easier, we'll just keep the size same and we will just go with the wrap text option so that whenever we are writing a big text, it will be adjusted automatically. Now, same thing, if I'm going to write in this K4 cell, see, it's not working for this because I have used this wrap text option specifically for K2 cell, not for K4 cell. So if I want that this thing should be automatically applied whenever I'm writing the text, what I have to do is I just have to select the specific area and I have to go to wrap text. So now even if I am writing here, see, the text will automatically be wrapped in the cell. Now, if I feel that the area over here, let's say if I'm writing something over here, the area was already moved over here. The other benefit of using Excel is you get the automatic suggestion. Let's say you have already written a word in this document somewhere in any of the cell. As soon as you start typing, can you see I've got the suggestion that do you want to write hello everyone? If I want to write that, I just have to click on any key and I have to move to the next step. That will automatically come over here. If I want to copy this for few more cells, I can drag it. I can do it in the both way. I can copy it in the row, in the columns, different columns also, and I can copy this in different rows also. That is how we use this. This is basically, Excel, what Excel does. Excel is something which is basically reducing your working time. It is something which helps you to minimize your time and get the best effective result. It is a combination of calculator where we do not have to use the calculator. Everything will be done automatically over here. Now, once the wrap text is done, let's say we want to write a heading. Okay, before heading, what you have to do if you want to insert, see, this is the first row. Now I want to insert a row above this. So for this, I just have to use the click. I have this option of insert. I'll click on insert. I'll get the row over here. Now in this row, here I want to write name. And here, these all the like from B to I, all these are for the marks. Right. So here I want to give the common heading to all of them, that is marks. But what I'm doing, if I go to the column C, I cannot see the same thing written over there. D, E, I cannot see. So for that option, what I have is I just have to select the cells in which I want marks to be commonly written. I have this option merge and center. If I click on merge and center, see the lines, the grids which were earlier visible have gone, and now the entire, this is entire one row, right? There are no divisions of column. Now we cannot say to be B, C, D, E. No, it's only B1. So here, see, this is how you can merge the cell. Now the merging of the cell is possible in between the document, in between the cells also. Let's say I just want to merge these two. I can merge. I want to merge two rows. I can merge. Wherever you feel that you have to merge the things, you can simply go there, click on merge and center, and you can merge. You can bring two different cells, two different columns, or even 5, 6 different cells, different columns all together. Let's say we have written the marks. Now let's create a complete sheet first. Here it is the name of the student. Here marks. Now when I am writing the marks, let's say I need these columns. I have written merge. Yes, I have gone for merge marks. Now here, let's say for 2 columns, I again want to merge because it is for maths. Again, these 2 columns are for science. Again, next 2 columns are for let's say, okay, instead of writing science, let's give physics, and this is chemistry. Okay, now here I want practical marks here, and in the next table I want theoretical marks. So that is how I have divided the entire rows and columns, right? So for this, what I have done, I have simply clicked on the merge option. Now here, see, till here, till 3rd row, all these things are same. Now what about this name? In name, those 2 rows are coming empty. So what I can do, I can simply select these 3 rows. I can go on merge and center. So now can you see, it is completely looking like a perfect table where there is no extra grids, no extra lines which are shown in our table. Now here you can simply start writing the names and you can write the marks. Let's see. Okay, this is the table which you have created. How to use the formula, that we will be doing slowly. But as of now, we have understood how to merge the text and how to wrap the text. With this, we have finished with the alignment. Next option which comes is the number. For number, we'll again go to the first sheet. Now number, in number, can you see this option general? This is the general thing which we have selected. Now, if I want to select some specific thing, let's say I'm writing the amount. Let's say I'm writing 1200. Now for 1200, what I can do, once I've written 1200, I'll go over here I have this currency option. If I click on currency, see, rupees 1200.00 paisa will automatically come. Okay, so these are the predefined features which are there. Let's say if I want the time format or if I want the date format, if I click on this, the date format came. If I want the long date format, let's say I want to write it the date along with the name of the one and the year, I can go to the long date format. So these are the predefined format where you do not have to spend lot of time. You have just selected the format, just change it. Let's say today it's 15th, it's 9th month, 2021. See, automatically it came out to be 15 September 2021. I do not have to write the entire thing. So these options you are using from this general tab. If you click on drop down arrow, you'll get, if you want to write in a specific number, see, the number will come. For currency, rupee sign will automatically come. For accounting, if you want to give that, again, accounting means decimal numbers, all those things will automatically come. Short date, date, long date, time, calculation of the percentage. Let's say if I go over here and if I click on see percentage for that, wait, yeah. See, the percentage automatically came. Okay, so here you have to give the proper instruction first, and as per the instruction you are giving, you can simply use that. Now here I do not want anything, I'll just have to click on general. Once I click on general, the normal value will come. So whatever you want to choose, there are some predefined formats which have been already added in this Excel software. Just have to select that and start writing, start doing your work. So these are the few things which are there in front of you, or else you can select everything from here. If you want to increase the decimals, you can go with increasing the decimal numbers also. So this was all about the numbers. Next comes the style. Now in style, if I talk about conditional formatting, if I click here, can you see there are basically 5 options which we can see. Highlight cell rules, top bottom rule, data bar, color bar, and icon bar. So if I go with highlight cells, if I click on highlight cell, I'll get these options. What I want to highlight, it says greater than any specific number you want to highlight, lesser than any specific number you want to highlight. So you just have to give the command. If I go with greater than, let's say I want to highlight all the numbers which are greater than 20. And with which color I want to highlight? I want green fill with dark green text. Okay. See, this number got highlighted because only that cell was selected. Now, if I want to apply this to the entire table, I have to select the entire table. I'll go to highlight cell, greater number greater than 20 should be highlighted with green fill with dark green color. So all the numbers which are greater than 20 are highlighted with the green color. See, the light green color has come, and with dark green, the number is being highlighted. Same way, if I want to highlight the numbers which are, yes, the numbers which are less than any specific number, let's say which are less than 10. See, the numbers got highlighted. All the numbers which are less than 10, where we do not have any numbers, we do not have any number, that means the number is 0, right? So that is also less than 10. So all those cells are highlighted which are having the numbers less than 10. So this is the conditional formatting which we are doing. Now top to bottom rule. Now top to bottom rule, if I selected this, if I go to top to bottom, top 10 items. Now which are the top 10 items over here? Now format cell, from which cell I want to take, just you have to enter. Let's say I want to take for entire 21 cells. Okay, so top 10 numbers, all the top 10 numbers are being highlighted. If I go with this specific thing, yes, let's see, I'm just selecting these 10 things. Okay, here I want to go with top bottom, top 10 items. Now, I do not want to highlight top 10 items. I just want to highlight top 4 items, and I want to highlight it with red border. Okay, red border is not visible. Yellow fill. Okay. So see, how many top 4 numbers I want to highlight? Only 4. Okay, only 4 top numbers from column number 1, row number 1 to row number 10. Only 4 I want to highlight with yellow and green fill. If I click on OK, see these 4 numbers, top 4 numbers are being highlighted. Right. So this is how this is conditional formatting. If you want to see the top ranges, if you want to see the top marks, if you want to see the top numbers, you can simply go to conditional formatting and you can explore both the features. These are top to bottom, or you can highlight cell rule there. You can highlight the number. Let's say you want to find out how many students got more than 50% marks, more than 50 marks. Okay, the exam was of 80 marks and how many scored more than 50. You can select that. Now, let's say you want to check the people who got from 30 to 50. So you can select this between option. Okay, give both the ranges. So all the marks between that range will be selected. So this is how we use this conditional formatting option. Now data bars, it is just you want to highlight some specific grids. So for that you have all these options, color, scale, icon, cell. So you can simply highlight these options using this. So this was all about the conditional formatting style. Then comes the format as table. Now format as table means you are formatting where you want to, let's see, I've just selected this entire table. This. My table has the header. Okay. So see. The short small to largest, short largest. So I have formatted the table. Now if I want the data to be arranged from small to large, from large to small, I can simply select that. Let's say I want from large to small. See, large to small. If I want, okay, let's do in the first one here. If I want data from small to largest, small to largest. This happened everywhere. Now, if I want largest to smallest, okay, the largest to smallest, it is automatically done. You know, everything just gets changed if I use this. Now, when I've selected this, I have got the new tool option. This design tool we will be doing later. Right now, we'll just do the home features. Okay, so this is how you have added the header table by using the format as table option. Second is cell style. What style you want? You can simply select any of the style which you want in your cell. Let's say normal, bad, good. You see, if I selected bad, the cell got changed. So you have to remember one thing whenever you are making the editing. If you want to make the changes to the entire table, entire data, whatever you have written, do not forget to select that and then select any specific design. Let's see. This is how you can always see the preview, and whatever you like, you can just go ahead with that. So these are the different styles which you can choose. Usually we go with the normal so that we can just highlight this. We can just highlight the sum total. We can highlight the percentage calculation. We can highlight the name, the header row or the header column. That's why. So we, for the entire table, we usually do not use the cell style. Now, next cell option, if cell option we are going to talk, it is basically to insert a cell. Now, if you want to insert a cell, if I click on insert cell, so where do you want to insert a cell? You want to shift cell right, shift cell down, entire row, entire column, whatever you want to do, you just have to click on this, click on OK. See, new cell got inserted. So wherever the cursor will be there, there you can insert. Or else the other easy way is, if you go here to the right click, click on insert, got inserted. Above, do right click, click on insert, the column will get inserted. So these options also you can use for fast working. So in whichever way you are comfortable, whatever works easy and best for you, you can simply go with that option. If you want to delete anything, let's say I want to delete this entire column, this only the cell, I'll go to delete cell. Now when I'm deleting, see that space cannot be left empty, that you know. Let's say if I'm deleting A3, there cannot be blank space over there. So what I want, do I want A4 to shift to A3? Do I want B3 to shift to A3? So I want the lower cell to shift up. So if I click on OK, see this 45 has shifted up. And if you can see, as soon as I deleted this, see here I have applied a formula, right? The formula said top 4 numbers should be highlighted, and this 65 is one of the top 4 number. 45 is not the top 4 number because we already have 4 numbers bigger than 45. But as soon as I'm going to delete this cell, just say I'm clicking on delete cell. As soon as I deleted the cell, this 45 got highlighted because as per the formula, top 4 numbers should be highlighted. If I've removed one number, the immediate next number which comes in top 4, which will come in top 4, will be highlighted. So while deleting that row, while deleting that column, you know, the formula is not getting deleted. The formula is still there. It will be there no matter how many times you change the values. Let's say if I change the value here as 2. See, the next number which is bigger than 2, which will come in top 4, will be highlighted. You might be thinking why 4, 45, 54 are not getting highlighted? Because I have applied the formula only till number 10. Only till 10th row I have applied the formula. So whatever top 4 numbers will be there in this range, on that only the formula will be applied. If you delete any row, just make sure if you have put in, you have used any formula, that will not get deleted. Okay, simply deleting the thing, you're not deleting the formula. Now, if you want to adjust the row size, this format option is basically if you want to adjust the size of the cell, size of the row, size of the column, you can use this row height, auto fit height, column width, auto column width, default width. So if I go with default width, let's say here for this line, for this row, I want to go with the default width. Default width. Yes, so the default width here, I want to put it as 5. Let me see. The default width. Okay. So this is how we use this cell option. Any doubts in cell style, number, alignment, font, and clipboard?
No, ma'am.
No? Okay. So this editing option here, we will have the auto sum. For this, we need the entire data, but I'll just give you a brief. If we want to do the sum, let's say here, I want to use the sum option. So which sum I want? I want sum option from this, let's say from this till this. Click on enter. See, the total came. And on top, whenever you see this small dash, you will see that here you have used the formula. So you were not supposed to write any kind of formula. You know, though, as soon as you have selected auto sum option, the formula automatically came. If I go with the average came. Now, which average I want to take? I want to take the average of these cells. Enter. The average came. So whenever I'm going to make any changes over here, see, the answer will change. If I'm making any changes, as soon as I bring the changes, now if you have applied the formula for once, no matter how many times you change the value, you will get the answer as per the value you have changed. So for AutoSum, you just have to simply use this. If I go with the max, okay, not there. Let's say here only okay. In this cell, I want to use the formula of max. If I click on max, from this digit to this, I want to see the maximum number. I click on enter, this became the maximum number. Now, if I make this 0, See, the second maximum number is, if I make this 0, the next maximum number. So once you have applied the formula in any row and column, whatever changes you are going to make, you will see the changes in your answer as well. So this is the auto sum. You can even write the formula. The formula for sum is equals to sum bracket. Let's say I want to do the sum of A4 till A15. Yes, A4 to A15. I've used colon. I close the bracket. I click on enter. I got the sum. So this is also manually also you can write the formula and you can use the formula. So whenever you're making the changes, the answer will automatically get changed. Now this you can do anywhere. Here you can do in any specific cell. Here also, if you want to do this calculation in B25 for a column, then also you can do it. Wherever you are applying the formula, whichever cells, for whichever cells you want to apply the formula, you just have to write those cells name. The name you can see, the name will always be the alphabet first and the numerical number next. So let's say this, for this cell, the name is B10. For this cell, the name is F12. So that is how you name the cell. And if you are still confused with the naming of the cell, as soon as you select a cell, you will see the name in the name bar. What is the name of that specific cell? So that is all for today's session. Try out the things which we have explored right now, and in the next session we will be covering the last part, that is the editing part, and then we will start with the insert option. Okay, Abhishek? Clear there?
Bye, ma'am.
Okay, bye-bye. Yes. Okay, so with this, we have completed the Excel home menu in the Excel sheet. Now see, Excel is something where you need to focus more attention and you have to practice it. Until and unless you do not practice, you won't be able to use the formulas properly. To use the formulas properly, to practice, at least you should explore which all features are there. Because it is going to make your presentation easier. It is going to save a lot of time when you are working. So practice those, explore those features. If you have any doubt, come back to me in the next session of MS Word. We'll clear the doubts first and then we'll move to the next thing. That's all for today's session.